Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to episode 2 of our Camarilla run for Nightrunners. Now we're going to go around the table once more. Let's introduce everyone to our favourite Toreador at the table, Lacey.
Hello, my beautiful buds. My name is #LoveLacey, also known as Saber. Nice to meet you. I'm happy to play.
I'm glad you're happy to play. I'm happy to have you. And moving on to the stone-faced, stone-walled, but has a little twinkle in her eye for someone, Babel.
I don't know what you're talking about. Gross. Ew. Hi, I'm Nessus Nile. I'm going to be playing Barbel, your Malkavian netrunner extraordinaire. I am interested to see what happens.
I am also interested to see what happens. And moving on next, we all thought they were a vampire. They were not, they're a ghoul, hero. I need a hero.
Hi, I'm MK. I'll be playing solo hero, Vera Ghoul.
And here we go again with the Tremere that did nothing wrong ever. Sable.
Remember, it's not a war crime if it's the first time. It's just precedent. Hello, everybody. I'm Zero. I will be playing Resident Tremere today. Probably not gonna stick her foot in her mouth or obsess over anything strange.
And I'm Mike, full of useless knowledge.
Number one!
And the Storyteller. I'd like to remind everyone that this show is for mature audiences. It may have depictions of violence, body horror, suicide, sexual themes, power imbalances, forced actions, gaslighting, and other taboo subjects. We urge you to watch at your own discretion and take breaks if you need them, or just skip parts entirely. My players have made me aware of their veils and lines, and I will be adhering to them. We like to have a comfortable table here, as well as a comfortable audience. We also remind viewers that we are playing monsters, and whilst hating the character is perfectly fine, please do not hate the player for their actions. So sit back and enjoy. And let's start with Babel rolling us the first card of this evening.
Excellent. Consulting the oracles, the card for tonight's episode is. Ooh. The Magician Inverted.
The Magician Inverted. Now, that could mean manipulation, lack of planning, and untapped potential. Let's see if this happens in this game.
It's all about humanity.
One would believe that there is safety in money, power, prestige, and secrecy. You would think that with all these things, there was less chance of harm coming to you. Most of the time, you're correct, of course, but Night City, well, that's a special kind of place. A place where all those things paint targets on your back. So each night when you arise from your torpor, I want you to ask yourself something. What am I willing to do to thrive. And as you wake this night, the rain still batters the outside of your havens as the clouds still gather and the storm still rages. Each of you wake to a knock at your door. Let's start with you, Bubble. You hear a pounding just outside the haven door.
How the fuck did anyone find me? Bubble's going to get up very quietly and move to the door, just off to the side, so not right in the doorway, and access the cameras out in the hallway.
As you look at the cameras, you see two men dressed in suits. Both of them are clean shaven, sunglasses on. Emblazoned on their suit jackets is a large NC logo.
Just a minute.
There is no response.
I'll deactivate my security system but keep the cameras running just in case, and open the door.
The man closest to the door that you could tell was the one smacking on it stands attentively, stripped back, chest out. Babel,
Yes?
your lift is waiting. We are to drive you to the tower this evening.
Thank you.
Will you be bringing anything?
Just- Just a second, and I'll turn around and grab a shard.
He stands
Okay.
to the side to let you out.
And as my door closes, I'll reactivate the security system.
As you do, the two men flank you at each side from behind and walk with you. They don't try to rush you, they just match your pace as you walk from the building towards the car. The rain still hitting heavy. It doesn't seem to bother them, even though they're not using umbrellas. And they walk towards the car, and it's a very nice car. You can tell it's one of the corporate cars that they send and use. The man that talked to you walks over to the passenger door and opens it.
Thank you. Bubble is very uncomfortable, more so than usual. Very uncomfortable. But get in. Do a cursory scan of the vehicle as well, and just is this how I go out?
The car looks very normal. It looks like a typical corporate car, rather expensive, leather interior. There would be what looks like a fridge just facing you but behind the driver's side seat, but there's no beverages inside it. The car door on the opposite side from you opens and the man gets in beside you and sits down, putting his seatbelt on. The other man that was beside him walks to the driver's side and gets in and begins to drive.
Bubble will just sit there, and maybe shoot off a message to Moth to set up an appointment, just to make it look as though there were prior plans, because if this is how she goes missing and anybody cares and wants to start investigating, she wants it to be tracked that she had future plans, and going missing wasn't part of it.
Yeah. The two men do not utter a word to you or to each other as they continue to drive into the city. And you can tell just by how the man who is driving moves. He is very experienced. He knows exactly where to go, how to go, and even the shortcuts. He is avoiding a lot of traffic in a very quick amount of time.
Right.
You're able to see as you pass through the streets the corporate plaza, you see the giant koi fish circling around the memorial site. And it's not long until you do drive into the underground car park of Nightcorp.
Bubble relaxes just a little bit, but is still very on edge.
The man who knocked on your door gets out of the car and walks around, opening the passenger side door for you.
Thank you. I'll get out.
He nods his head but does not utter a word. We move on to Lacey. Lacey, did you stay at your haven within Nightcorp, or did you stay at your haven within the city?
Nightcorp.
Much like Babel, you awaken to loud banging on your door.
Question about the Nightcorp apartments. Do they have inset security systems so we can see who's outside, or are they just keyhole?
Most of them have camera systems on the interior, so it's like those doorbells that have cameras. So you would walk up to press the panel, and it would show you who's on the outside.
I would like to see who's outside my door.
As you do, you see a woman who is dressed very similar to the two men. She is in a Nightcorp security outfit with a nice suit jacket on. Her hair is tied back very, very tightly, and she is wearing sunglasses.
Can I help you?
Miss Peterson?
You have her apartment.
Is this you, Miss Peterson?
That depends who you are.
My name is Sandra. I'm with Nightcorp Security. I've been here to gather you for tonight's meeting with Aurelius.
She'll open the door. Are you thirsty? You want to come in and get a drink first?
No, this was being made clear to me. This is of utmost importance. If you would like to gather your things and accompany me.
Okay. Grab the little purse thing and go.
You can sort of tell that these people they're almost robotic in how they talk, walk, move. It's very go, go, go. Like there's very little emotion in them. They're there to do a job, and they're going to do their job. And she walks you to the elevators, and she walks you down. As you go down the elevators, and you open up onto the Elysium floor. The Elysium floor is very different than anywhere you've been so far. What we described, it is a vast open area with columns of ivory that jut towards the ceiling. That is crystal obsidian. As you walk further in, you can hear the trickling of water coming from interior waterfalls that go down into a small system that make a rounding of a small river inside. The large rooms go to the left and right. Each room has various different uses. Some are for red gatherings where there's a bar that you can get certain drinks that you can't get anywhere else. There's even a small dance room. There's also an art room upon a second floor. You can see as you walk further in the steps that go up towards where the prince would hold an audience, and behind that you see a large window that looks over the entire city. This is the tallest skyscraper, or star scraper as they're called, within Night City. And from here you can see everything. And the windows go all around, taking in a vast look of the city below. A king looking over his domain. The woman holds her arm out. Please, follow me.
Okay.
And as you walk,
I do like being here though.
And as you walk, you see other kindred milling about, talking to each other, some talking business, some talking other things, but nothing of real interest to you at this present time. And finally you come to a smaller room. There's a knock on the door as the woman guard knocks. The door is open from the inside. She stands to the side and ushers you in. And we move on to Sable. Sable, unlike the others, there is not a imminent knock at your door. There is no one trying to break it down. There is a simple, Madam Sable,
Yes.
there are two gentlemen outside. They are requesting you. They are to bring you to the tower, I believe.
Oh, I see. I'll be right there.
They are with the sheriff, I think.
Ah, that would make sense. And yeah, she'll head out to greet them.
Sybil, as you walk out, you see a man and a woman. The man is bald, clean shaven, very nondescript. The woman, so much so, wearing the same suit, her hair tied back, all wearing shades. They all look very nondescript and very, very plain. Perhaps that is by design. You would walk past these people in the street and not look twice.
Yeah. I mean, Sable walks up to them, but she doesn't seem like she's particularly acknowledging their existence. Just as she approaches them and just waits.
Miss Sable,
Yes.
please follow us. And he also directs you towards the car.
Yeah. She gets in the car. Otherwise acting like they don't exist.
And very much the same, the man comes round and sits beside you, puts a seatbelt on. The woman, however, is the driver this time. And she, very much like the man before, is moving through the streets very, very quickly. Thankfully, the Chantry is not all that far from Nightcorp, from the tower. So it doesn't take all that long. When you arrive, you also see Bobble getting out of a car as your car pulls up beside it.
Wonderful.
The man gets out, walks around. Bobble, you see the second car pull up. You see this man, very similar looking to the man that drove you here and the man that escorted you to the car, walking around and opening the door.
She will walk in.
Yep, you see as Sable gets out of the car, and I assume the two of you look at each other.
Yeah.
Bubble's just standing there, kind of trying to gauge what to do, where to go, what the next step is, and as Sable heads on in, walks on in.
As the two of you begin to walk on in, you are flanked by the four people, the four security officers. And they walk with you until you get to the Elysium floor. Once on the Elysium floor, you, much like Lacey, see everything before you. You see in a distance a pink bob of hair walking away. And the security men and women escort you in the exact same direction.
Okay.
You see as Lacey walks into a room, and the four guards nod to the one that brought Lacey here.
Bubble will nod and then see that Sable probably isn't, and do you know what's going on?
Oh, I think this is for our meeting with the sheriff.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Quite fancy. Glad to see you. I thought it might have been a kidnapping.
The thought had crossed my mind.
Almost a shame. Could have been fun.
Yes.
And finally, we move to Hero. Hero, where did you stay this evening?
More often than not, Hero sleeps in Vera's office where Vera can keep an eye on him. So that's probably where Hero slept was just on the couch in Vera's office.
Unlike Lacey, Babel, and Sybil, there is no knocking on Vera's door. There is no security officer waiting outside. There is, however, an irate Vera pacing up and down against a window. Who is that motherfucker to tell me what to do with my fucking property? Aurelius, you old fuck!
I think Hero is very used to this and is just sort of at parade rest kind of thing, waiting for Vera to finish ranting and talk to Hero. I feel like Hero's being talked about, not being talked to at the moment, so Hero is not contributing.
I should set that bald bastard on fucking fire, I swear to... No. Zen. Do what the Buddhists do. Zen. Relax. Relax. Fucking relax! Okay. Here's what I want you to do, Hero. I want you to go to this meeting with those other three, and I want you to tell me everything that's said and everything that's done.
I can do that.
If that asshole Aurelius picks his fucking nose, I want to know about it.
Copy that.
Good. And you know that asshole had the fucking audacity to come in here and question me yesterday. To fucking question me.
You know he's trying to push your buttons. And it seems to be working, so...
Yeah? Well, he keeps asking me about that fucking problem. He thinks
I'm working.
what happened to Alessandro was to do with that.
With the...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I can go and speak with the NOS at the earliest time that can be organized, if with your permission, if that would be useful.
Why would you want to speak to the NOS? Ooh.
Well, didn't you say that they might have information that would be relevant to our whole situation?
Yes, but why would we have to do it? Why not send one of the others? Ugh.
I mean,
Disgusting
if you trust
creatures.
one of the others, then we absolutely can. I just thought you'd prefer me to handle it.
I think Gord's going to be there with the sheriff anyway. So maybe I'll get a chance to talk to him.
I'll follow your lead. You let me know what you want me to do.
No, once you leave here, I have to stay here. I'm under orders.
Okay. I just don't want to overstep, that's all.
No, apparently you have free reign. Just don't fuck it up.
I'll do my best.
Okay. You know where the sheriff's office is, don't you? Downstairs in Elysium, take a left and a right. Look for the little, small, dingy looking... It reminds you of... Have you ever seen one of the older movies from way back when? Like a PI's office, like a private investigator's?
Yeah,
Smells of
I
cigarette
know.
tobacco.
I speak with the secretary Sharon sometimes. She's lovely, you know. She's got the place out of town that she's been talking about. It's fine. I know where to go. Don't stress.
Sharon?
You wouldn't have met Sharon. You've talked to Sharon?
I hear she has a synth coke problem.
I mean, that would explain a lot, actually.
Anyway, go to your little meeting. Take notes.
Yes, ma'am.
And Vera walks to behind her desk and opens up a drawer. Taking out a cigarette, she lights it up and begins to smoke.
And Hero will go.
Here you make your way into the elevator and down the stairs. You make your way into the Elysium floor. There are some people here who give you a funny look. You are a ghoul without your owner at your side at the moment. So some of the kindred find it a little strange.
I think Hero is very used to paying people no real mind and just getting on with their job. So Hero is not particularly bothered by what anyone else is doing.
Okay. And you make your way towards the office. There you see Bubble and Sable having a quick chat outside, flanked by what looks like 4 security officers. You see Lacey walking in with another security officer holding the door open.
I think Hero is going to greet everybody. Just morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Shall we?
Yes, that seems like the gang's all here.
Wonderful. Yes.
And as the 4 of you all walk into the office, it is very much like some noir set out of time. There is an old wooden desk that sits a typewriter of all things. Something that many of you probably have never seen. There's also a computer. The typewriter is probably there for aesthetic. Behind the desk sits the sheriff. He is not wearing his long trench coat. He is wearing a shirt. His sleeves rolled up. His hands crossed. And there are filing cabinets surrounding him. Old school filing cabinets. Some potted plants and a burning cigarette in an ashtray. Take a seat. And there are 4 seats in front of him.
Barbara will pick one on the end.
Sable seems a bit confused because she's busy looking around the office and losing her little mind over it, but she does eventually get the memo to sit.
To Babel and Sable, this is very strange. There doesn't seem to be any real sense of tech in this room other than the computer. It's so minimalist, it could practically be irritating to the 2 of them.
Oh, Sable loves it. She loves, like, ancient things. It's so cute.
Barbara was already put off by the whole evening's ongoings, and this room has her very out of her depth and very on edge.
Hero, do you take a seat?
Yep.
The sheriff leans over and picks up the cigarette and... Alright. You had 2 days. Who wants to go first? You. He clicks his finger at Lacey.
Yes, sir.
Did you find anything out?
Nothing that you probably don't already know. Bunch of information on the anarchs running around being idiots. But aside from that, no one's really found anything interesting. But I've put the word out enough that if something else pops up with that lovely little symbol or that lovely little phrase, we'll know about it.
And, how exactly did you find out about what the anarchs are doing?
All I had to do was walk down there. They're not exactly subtle.
Oh, which anarchs?
I think, let's see. I remember all of their symbols and things. I think the Bloody Disciples are rallying things up. I think they're fighting with the Laughing Reapers right now. Laughing Reapers kind of made a move on the Baron's territory, I think. Or at least what I think used to be the Baron's territory. I'm not up to date on these things.
Interesting.
But if there's upheaval with them, they're going to look for easy targets. So.
It's different than my reports, but at least I know you have some ins to the Anarchs. I can use that.
I wouldn't call them ins, but
It's something. And you, on the end, you look like you've seen a ghost.
Yes, sir. I found out a lot, but I'm not sure what is permanent. Do you just want everything?
Everything relevant to how Alessandro died.
Cross-function team, 2 nomads, 1 Arasaka operative, 1 from Maelstrom, entered his apartment. Arasaka operative shot him with a crossbow bolt. A fight broke out, and then the nomads pinned him, and and a Valentino. Valentino staked him. Was it the nomad? It gets jumbled. Anyway, yeah, 5 of them, and there's a bunch of them, and sorry, I'm very nervous.
Why?
Are you going to kill us?
If I was, I wouldn't give you warning about it.
That's fair. Okay. So the Maelstrom individual scrubbed the video feed from the security system. I managed to piece it back together. I can give you a copy of what I've managed to pull together if you'd like. The symbol is used by a vigilante gang known to the NCPD, and there may be some threads that we can tug there if we want more information on them. And really the only other piece of valuable information I have is that the painting in question went missing from an auction in Venice some time ago. And I saw the face of one of the guys. They were wearing scav masks for scrambling scanners. I can take a snapshot of that for scanner and ID purposes if you need, sir.
You, as you're finishing your sentence, hear this voice from behind you. It's gravelly, like stones being rubbed together. Oh, so you're the one who, you're the one who did the lock on the door, yes? And you feel like these long fingers going on your shoulder. That was very nice work. Very nice. It took me a while to break into the apartment, but I finally did it. And the fingers come off your shoulder and a man walks around. You see the Sheriff Aurelius look up. I don't know if you've met Gort, Datason, our cybersecurity and primogen of the Nosferatu.
Hello.
Ah, yes.
Evening.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. As you look at Gort, he has cables running through his head. He wears these glasses of green, and you can see code running along them as he's talking. His face is marred in scratches and pot marks, and he is deathly pale. He has no hair at all and wears what could be considered overalls and a large coat. His fingers are on his right hand extremely long and thin. Yes, It took me a while to break your demon code. You must share that with me. It was a chef kiss of work.
Only if you share how you cracked it so that I can make it better.
Oh, yes, yes. No. He smiled. It's a big, toothy grin of like shark-like teeth. And it's not just one row; it's 2 rows. And you're pretty sure if you opened it wider, it would be 3 rows.
I'll send you a copy.
Yes. I could probably just jack into you now and get one.
Please don't.
Oh, consent is very important. Of course not.
Thank you.
Aurelius then looks at Sable. And what about you?
While not immediately useful, I was able to tell that one of the attackers, was in fact a ghoul. And if we were able to run across them, I would recognize the smell of his blood at this point their blood, after extensive exploration of what it's made out of. I have a bit of the history behind the symbol that they're using, if that's useful, but I don't think that's directly relevant to the attack.
I think everything is...
It's old stuff. The sword used by the Archangel Michael as he cast Lucifer down into the depths, and had that sword then defend the Garden of Eden. So a religious group, fanatics, tied with our kind.
You see Aurelius look up to Gort. And then Gort looks at Babel. Did they, in the video, did they use any holy symbols to pacify?
There were crosses on the stakes. Oh, one of them had a tattoo on his neck. I don't know if it will pacify, but now you've said religious, maybe this ties in. Had a skeleton wearing a robe, carrying, I think they call it an orb. It was like a ball with a cross on top.
When you said this one was a Valentino.
So I didn't. I thought it was just. Yes, sir.
You see Gort then look at Aurelius. Could be Santa Muerte. Could be anything. Could be a cool skull with a orb. You see Aurelius look at the 4 of you. Or it could be Helsings wielding true faith.
Do ghouls have that kind of power?
I've never come across it myself. But if humans can do it and ghouls are, he looks at Hero. Technically still human. You're a mistress, Hero. He looks at you.
What about her?
She mentioned something about a whistleblower, and that you have been hunting for them for a while.
I have. Somebody's been dealing information under the table, trying to destabilize what has been built here.
Well, that is why Gort is here. Isn't that right, my friend? Yes. Unfortunately, this whistleblower was, associated with my clan. Sorry.
A name came up in my investigation. I wanted to ask if you might be able to give me any more information about their whereabouts or just any more information generally about them.
Well, first of all, what do you know? And then we can go from there. It might be a little bit easier. My mind, not as it once was. It's all ones and zeros, binary, non-binary. It's all everything.
The name that came up for me was Sputnik.
Oh dear. Yes, young Sputnik. He came from a scaver background. It's not a very original name. He's not even a full Nosferatu. He's a thin blood. He just did not like how we were treating him and decided to run off one day with all the secrets. Yes.
And you just let him go?
Well, Sputnik was very advanced in certain techniques that even nowadays we still do not fully understand. You all know about thin blood alchemy, I assume.
Mm.
You know, they eat a
Passing
battery.
familiarity.
Yeah, they eat a battery, they can shit fireballs or something. I'm not too sure.
Do you know where we might be able to find him?
Well, I know he had some contacts in the no-tell motel in Kabuki. But when we sent people there last time, there was no one there. The running theory is that he has control of the AI that runs the motel. Which means he can practically hide anywhere. And unfortunately, I can't really go out and do my thing. However, I know two of you are rather well versed in what I do. Maybe will surpass me one day. But if Sputnik is the one giving out information, that could be why that happened. Why Asandro was killed.
Can you give us any more useful information about Sputnik, or is just the no-tell motel is it?
Well, Sputnik. Like I said, Sputnik thought he was a member of Clan Nosferatu. He was embraced by a member of Clan Nosferatu. Not legally, of course, but Prince Knight thought it nice to help out. You know, our kind, when it comes to net running and technology, don't really get on too well, so they thought, what more can hurt? He, however, was embraced by someone of lesser blood who has now paid for it. And he was a thin blood, so he has some of my beauty, my clan's beauty, but he mostly looks like a teenager going through teenage hormones at the age of 30. You know, pustules and acne and real bad psoriasis. Flaky.
Lovely.
I see.
Aurelius at this point cracks his shoulders. If you go to this motel, I want you to find Sputnik and bring him here. If he has been the one selling information, I want to know who he has sold to. We have theories on who, but as Babel has said, it looked like a joint effort by various gangs and corporate organizations. At least on the outside, it could be they killed some gangers, killed some corpo security, and took their clothes. Wouldn't be unheard of.
Sirs,
Yes. Yes.
you want us to go up against an AI potentially?
No, no, no. How would you fight an AI? They're not physical. I want you to grab Sputnik.
But if yes, sirs.
I mean, he probably could. The AI. It's not a fancy one. It's not breaking through the black wall. You know. It's just it controls the doors, temperatures, cameras. You know who pays in, keys. It can lock a door behind you. It's not a real fancy one. Your
Oh,
agent's
okay.
probably got a better AI.
Simple
So
code.
who did you
Okay.
send after him last time that...
You hear Aurelius clicking. And two corporal security officers enter the room. Show them. And they both hold up an arm, and you see that their right hand has been taken off. These two failed. Go away.
And did that happen chasing Sputnik, or was that afterwards when they came back here without him?
And that was when they came back here without them. Of course, they are simply ghouls, so you will all
Mm.
get a trial. Well, he looks at Hero. The corporation does not deal in failure. This is also of utmost secrecy. Whatever is said in this room does not leave this room. The prince wants this to be kept under very tight security. That is why we're meeting here and not in some fancy boardroom. Do I have questions?
Does he need to be brought back alive?
Preferably so. It's hard to get information from a dead man.
Okay.
Unless you know a way.
No?
Would
But
we
everyone
have
keeps records. Sorry.
Would we? Oh no, totally fine. Please.
Everyone keeps records, so if we're able to get information beforehand and then he causes a fuss. Alive is preferable. Well, existing is preferable.
Existing is preferable. He is still a thin blood, so staking him would also work.
Noted. Sorry.
I assume one of you still has the stake from Alessandro's. It wasn't there when we went, and well, you four were the last ones there.
Yes.
Good. You can use that. Wood is hard to come by.
Okay.
Lacey, you had something to ask?
Yes, thank you. Would we have your permission to interrogate your previous schools who went on this mission to see what his baseline or their baseline might have been when they went in? Surely that Sputnik has updated by now, but a baseline of what he's into is usually a good starter.
You can.
You don't have to interrogate them, you can just ask.
I intended to. I figured fancier words and more aligned with the sheriff's usual vocabulary might be easier to explain.
I don't know if I should be insulted or surprised.
So long as it's a good surprise.
There is no reaction from this man's face other than just the plainness.
Do I have your permission to converse with your ghouls?
You do.
Thank you.
Sable, anything to add?
No, sir.
And you, hero.
Did you retrieve the skull from Alessandro's?
We did. And what was left of his ashes and bones. The apartment has been cleaned. There is no evidence that any of you were there. No evidence that anything happened. Including the next door neighbor who was rather nosy. Quite a fan of yours, Miss Peterson.
Nosy is as nosy does.
Well, she will not be nosying for very long.
That's her problem.
Well, I will begin to write a report on what you have all told me this evening. I expect you by the morning. With Sputnik. Or information. If you can't get him, get his computer. Honestly, I don't care which. I'd rather him alive, but as you said, Babel, everyone keeps records.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. I guess you want to talk to the two ghouls then. Samson, Ajax. Takes his finger again to one-armed ghouls walk in.
Everything about you's old-fashioned. Okay, Samson, Ajax. Hi, I'm Lacey. Could you two please tell me everything that happened when you went to collect Sputnik the first time? And no detail is too small.
So, as you ask that, they then begin to go into detail. They go into detail on how they arrived at the no-tell motel. They described how the building was relatively abandoned. There didn't seem to be a lot of people around, which was very strange considering this place is a meeting point for clandestine meetings and meetings that people want to be kept off the record. As they entered, they felt unease. They felt as if they were being watched. And as they began to investigate door to door, moving around the door, some doors opened whilst others closed behind them, locking them in. They kept going up and up until finally they got to the top floor. When they got to the top floor, they remember hearing hissing gas and then waking up outside the building. It is as if, as I describe it, the building was alive.
That must have been terrifying. I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, but I'm glad you both are here still.
Did you go at night or during the day?
Evening time.
And I assume you went through the front door.
Yeah, there only is really one entrance.
Thank you so much again, both of you.
They both nod their heads and walk out.
Hero, we should probably get you a filter or a gas mask or something just in case.
Probably not a bad idea. I have my own gear though. I can just make sure I bring it along.
A shame to cover up that pretty face, but I'd rather have that face there for a long time. So.
Thanks.
Sheriff, may we be excused?
Of course. And
Bubble bolts up and leaves.
As you leave the room, you hear typing. It's not on a mechanical electrical keyboard. It's on a typewriter.
We will follow Babel.
You are so old-fashioned. It sickens me. You hear Gort saying.
Sable hesitantly leaves the room, trying not to stare at the working typewriter, with a desire to steal in her eyes. She's making smart choices today.
And Hero.
Hero is going to sort of get up and head out. I think basically internally taking notes for Vera, even as they get out of there.
Okay. So the door closes behind you and you hear Gort and Aurelius begin a conversation. It's just noise in the background. The security guards that were there before have gone, disappeared, leaving the four of you to walk the Elysium floor by yourself.
Hey, Babel.
Yes?
Do you want to go follow me? Let's go over here for a minute. Just us, if you don't mind.
Are you going to kill me?
Why would I do that when we have been put together and I would be the very first subject? And I am physically in front of everyone asking you to go walk over here with me.
Okay.
The moment they are alone, and she's going to lead right next to one of the big windows where you can see everything. The minute they are mostly on their own, she's going to produce a zest bar. I don't know if you're hungry or short-circuiting, but calm the gut down. What's wrong?
I am calm.
Yeah, totally. I absolutely believe you.
They know where I live.
They know where all of us live.
No, you don't understand. No one knows where I live because I've erased where I live. He knows where I live.
That would explain some things.
I don't like people knowing where I live.
No, I don't think you would. You're not exactly the social butterfly.
They came to my door. They came to my door and they made me get in a car and come here and they didn't tell me anything. Who does that?
People who either really don't understand the tone of the situation or apparently are bosses.
I have a hard time reading people, but I assume that everybody else at least understands letting people know that they're safe, that they're not going to be taken some. I don't know how you people do things, but normally when you're taken for a car ride, you're taken out to the Badlands and that's
Shot.
it. Yeah.
And thrown in the river, electrocuted, usually without your head or your feet.
Yeah, generally.
And any chrome that you had removed from your body and then resold with the serial number scrubbed off. Don't ask.
Your knowledge is... Mm-hmm.
I would ask about yours, you don't ask about mine. Dealsies?
I thought everybody knew about mine, but okay, yeah.
What you don't tell me, I don't press into unless it's absolutely necessary.
Okay.
Rumors are too easy a knife to use, and just as easily to cut yourself with, so.
I'll remember that for future.
Good. Now, are you hungry?
Yes, but maybe we can go upstairs.
She's going to offer the bar again.
I'll keep it for later.
Okay, that works too. I'm not offering it as a hey, suddenly you're mine kind of thing. I'm offering because If you're hungry, it's going to make it worse. The bar will help.
I understand.
Okay. Also, she's going to give her direct line of email or access. I don't know who you messaged and or contacted, and I know you don't have any reason to trust me. But the four of us are unfortunately shoved on a mission together, so we're going to be probably the first people to run after you. Okay.
Okay.
And may I be the first to say, since the sheriff sure as fuck wasn't gonna, bomb-ass job! Like, holy fuck, we got a face!
I did pretty good, hey.
You did absolutely stunning.
Hey,
And,
Lacey?
yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't do anything, but I appreciate it. Now, you won't be thanking me so much when I tell you this, and I expect you to keep it just between our little... I need a favor.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned quite a few gangs in the video feed.
Mm-hmm.
One in particular being Maelstrom.
Mm-hmm.
Could you find out who their benefactor is? I may have picked up a little birdie, a little one of my buds, that may have mentioned that Maelstrom and one of the more prolific gangs share a benefactor.
Interesting.
Very, especially if Maelstrom's making hits on our King Primogen's people.
I could try.
I believe in you. Right then, before we get too suspicious or people think we're necking.
That wouldn't yes, okay.
And as Lacey and Babel walked off to have their conversation, was any conversation had between Hero and Sable?
Sable's quiet for like a long time.
I think Hero is messaging, like subtly messaging Vera exactly what just happened, like essentially keeping Vera in the loop. So Hero's probably a bit distracted with that.
Sorry about the comments I made about your regnant. I was clearly in the wrong.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. She's trying not to chase after the two that went to go talk. And is just futzing.
Sable being stuck with the help.
He's okay. He does things. He still has both his hands. That's better than the other ghouls we met.
So, as Hero and Sable stand there in their silence, can I have the two of you please roll me a wits and awareness?
I'm concerned about having to roll this. What's happening?
I'm sure it's fine.
4, okay.
Oh, hell yeah. 3.
3. It doesn't take you both very long till you hear the click clack of heels behind you. Is that a Hero and the elusive Sable I see before me? Well,
Do I recognize this person?
You do. It is a man standing at about 6 foot even, Asian descent. His hair is slicked back and black. He's wearing a pair of sunglasses and a long, like, leather trench with engraved crimson, bare chested, and leather trousers. He's looking at his watch and he looks at the two of you, and you do both recognize Luca Orbatilla, the Tremere Seneschal, and second, the Prince.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Sable. I hope your studies are going well.
As always.
Arachne has been telling me your abilities outside of the blood are electrifying.
Indeed.
Excellent. And Hero, how is your mistress?
She's well, thank you, sir.
Oh, excellent. I do need to pay her a visit. Some members of the court now owe me several boons. Need to have records of those, don't we?
Yes, sir.
And did I see you coming out of the sheriff's office?
We had a meeting with him just now, yes, that's correct.
What was it about?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say. I'm under orders.
He looks at Sybil.
Nor am I at liberty to say.
Both excellent answers. Have a good evening. I'm going to the bar, and he swans away with a strange amount of grace and elegance for a Tremere, and goes towards.
What do you mean for a Tremere?
And goes towards the red room.
Always great to see him.
As he walks away, Lacey and Babel come down the stairs and convene with the other two. And that's where we'll go on our first break.
Hey.
Hello, my lovely blooming buds. We are so happy you're here with us today. Are you enjoying yourself? Are you sweating yet? No? Well then, maybe there's something more we can do for you. Get a warm up, stretch your body, sip some water to keep from wilting, and take that newly energized body over to our link tree. Why the link tree? Why not the link tree? It has our Patreon where you can help fertilize this garden to help it grow bigger, brighter, and more beautiful. And whether you're an expert on all things in this lovely plot of ground or just learning the difference between roses, snakes, dragons, and oh so many more, you can peep on our renegade links to enrich your already sparkling brain. This has been your hashtag Love Lacey, and remember to keep your body busy, busybody.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had a nice little break. Hope you had some refreshments. But we're going to jump right back in to seeing if some of our kindred here get their own refreshments before leaving for the evening. Last we left off, Lacey and Babel had a little heart-to-heart. Hero and Sable ran into the Seneschal. And now they're all back together again, in the middle of Elysium with other kindred walking around and talking. Where are they all going now?
Hi guys, sorry about that.
Hope
Hi,
everything went well.
Dandy.
Right.
Good.
Go ahead.
So I think Bobble needs to grab a sippy sip. And Hero, you had your gear to get?
I'll head back up to Vero's office to grab my supplies. So, meet back here in what,
Can we meet
how
back
long
in
do
the
you
car
need?
park?
Meet in the car park? Sure.
I can go get a car.
Sure.
Perfect.
Where do you want to go, Sable?
I feel like we should start the mission as soon as possible once everyone has everything together. I wouldn't like to lose any hands among us.
I'm rather attached to mine.
Was that a joke? Oh my god, did Babble just make a joke?
I have to go feed now.
Oh my god, they totally did! Oh my
She just
god!
walks off.
Are we sure that's Babel?
I don't know anymore.
Hero's gonna just go as well up to Vero's office.
Okay. So, Babel, you begin to walk off to a large enclosed room, also known as the Red Room. The Red Room is where, during Elysium, the bar flows with bottled liquid. We all know what's in the bottles. How it's there, well, that's a little bit of a mystery. But there are also vessels walking around. Behind the bar stands a man. You can only tell it's a man by how he stands and by the looks of his body. His face is hidden behind a mask of pale white, with only eye slits and a mouth. Do you approach this man?
How crisp is their suit?
Their suit is very, very nice. It doesn't hold the Night Corp logo the same as the security guards do, but it is a rather nice suit. Simple
No.
black on white.
No, I don't want him. I want someone wearing the logo.
So you wait around for some other one to come up to you. And you see this man, he's looking at you from behind the bar, and no one approaches you. However, he does call out, "Can I help you, ma'am?"
I need a particularly officious meal.
Ah, would you prefer one in the bottle, or would you prefer a live vessel?
I think for the sake of expediency, a bottle.
And how would you like to purchase this bottle? Would you prefer in euro dollars or in boons?
Let's go with Eddie's.
Okay. And he walks away. And he comes back with this clear crystal decanted bottle. You can see the red liquid inside it. That would be 3,000 euro dollars, please.
I'll transfer it.
As you put your agent down and transfer, he then hands you the bottle. Would you like a glass, or would you prefer just the bottle itself?
Just the bottle, thank you.
Not a problem. I assume you would like some privacy.
Thank you.
Booth 3 is available.
I'll just get up and walk to booth 3.
Lacey and Sip, what are you two doing? Are you two chatting in the Elysium, or did you go to the Red Room with Bubble?
Sable's probably particularly chatty. Trying-
Lacey's always the chatterbox.
Did you not like the style of the sheriff's office? You seem to have an opinion on it.
Oh, did that show? I'm sorry.
All right, I'm just curious.
Yeah, just a thing. You know, fashion doesn't stay the same. It's fairly transient. It flows in and out, and it irks me unnecessarily when someone so blatantly sticks themselves so far in what has not been in fashion in so long. Also, I hated the sound of whatever he was using on the typewriter. Typewriter. That's what it's called. Hated that. Hated that. Absolutely hated that. The plants were lovely. Loved the plants. Plants are never out of fashion. But
Plants are great.
I have hated the typewriter. Absolutely awful. What the fuck were those metal boxes? Like, no one uses those anymore? What the absolute gunk was wrong with this man? That's the reason he has a best friend and a Nosferatu that's a cyber suit. That's what we have encryptions for a reason. You don't need a giant metal box sitting in the middle of your office going, oh, hey, look at me, I have confidential information. Fucking idiot.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Blame my sire. They and every sire before mine.
It is a fresh view on things.
But you seem to like it.
Oh, that no, I'm terribly old.
You're allowed to not like things. We are allowed to disagree.
But then what if you won't like me?
What you like and don't like will not change my opinion of you. It will just change how I discuss things around you. For example, if you tell me that you like people who regularly imbibe in spicy food and therefore enjoy it flavoring your food, I am going to probably, if we go feeding together, recommend you certain people who really like going to spicy food instead of recommending you go to someone who really prefers sugary food kind of things.
Well, then I'll at least agree the computer was ridiculous. I liked the typewriter, though.
We can agree to disagree.
Yes.
So, car. Do you own one? I don't own one.
I don't own one.
Okay. I'm going to look around for Nyx.
Roll me a wits and awareness. Whilst
What?
Lacey is looking around for Nyx, Hero, you enter the elevator and you go up the floors, yes? And finally you come to the floor where Vera's office is. You don't need to rap on the door to enter. The door recognizes you almost immediately and opens up. And you see Vera sat there with Crystal at her side. The ashtray has grown significantly in size with the amount of cigarette butts. She looks up at you. That was quick. Well?
The other three were all there, gave the information that they had found over the last couple of days. We are to go after it.
Hold up. And you see her type something on a computer. And it's almost as if the room begins to hum with a loud buzzing sound. And then she just signals for you to go on.
We are to go after a thin blood Nos named Sputnik, who Gort thought might be our whistleblower. They have previously sent 2 ghouls to bring him in, and it didn't end well for them. I can't help but think that maybe those 2 ghouls were set up for failure. They took their arms. But we're to go after him. Apparently he's at the No-Tell Motel.
Oh, what a horrible place.
Yeah.
You can see visible disgust in her face when you say where you're going. You wouldn't catch me in there.
Apparently he's in with the AI, so I don't know how wise it is to be sending us after him at night, but that is what's happening.
Well, you said he was a thin blood, right? They're barely people. I wouldn't worry about it.
But that's what we're doing, and then the Tremere, Luca,
The senator?
ran into him. He showed some interest in our group just now when I ran into him downstairs. He asked after you. I thought you should know.
He did. Okay. Well, it's no doubt he knows exactly what your group is up to. He would be
Probably.
with the prince when the orders are given.
Just thought I'd mention it so that you knew.
I appreciate that. So what do you need now? Do you need your stuff? It's over there as per usual.
I need all my things. I'm going to take... Apparently there's a risk of gas at this place. I can make sure I've got my mask, got my gear. And yeah, if there's nothing more you need of me, I'll go.
No, but I would be interested in hearing what they said happened. But I assume you're on a tight schedule. Aurelius is known for being quite the whip cracker.
He wants Sputnik by the morning, or I'm likely to face a similar fate to those 2 other ghouls, and I'm rather attached to my arms.
Well, you won't. I will remember what he said last time.
I'm rather attached to your arms, then.
I'm rather attached to my arms too, so do what he asks.
Alright. I'll get my things and be on my way then.
Good. Crystal, I want those reports by tomorrow. I don't care. And you see Crystal walking out of the room with a key, with a notepad and a clipboard. And you hear her heels clacking off as she walks out. Was there anything else?
Hero's just gonna go and start, in their many pockets that they have in their gear, just putting all their stuff, making sure they've got the I don't think they've really left the stake at any point. They've been carrying the stake on them, but their gun, all of their gear, their mask, all their stuff, making sure they grab it all, anything they might need.
And he just grabs the stuff and then nothing else, no?
If there's anything else Vera wants from him, otherwise Hero will wait to be excused and then Hero will go.
Now you can see as Vera is looking back at her computer and striking up another cigarette, there's apprehension. She's worried. It's not visible because you rarely ever see it. But you can tell she's nervous. Something is happening that you're not privy to. That is making her a little uneasy.
I'll bring him back.
Yes. Make sure you do. Because I would hate to have a conversation with the fucking sheriff again. He's so boring. Did you see his office? Gaudy. Ugh, tacky.
Interesting aesthetic, to say the least.
Just don't start him about Carthage. Bruja are always so chatty when it comes to that fucking city.
Noted. May I be excused?
Of course, please.
Alright, and Hero's gonna head back.
And here you walk out of the room and get into the elevator and go up to Elysium. Lacey, how'd you do on your roll?
4 successes, messy.
As you look around, you see numerous people. Some faces you recognize, some faces you don't, some faces you only know by their face and not their names. Nyx isn't one of them. However, you do see a young Toreador woman who seems to be walking out of the Red Room. You know her as Sophie. She hasn't got any other moniker other than that name. She's rather young. She was embraced within the last 3 years. She is a fledgling. She's been rather quiet at the recent tea parties, not really having much gossip to give. There's something primal in you. It's like you are the bigger predator looking at a much smaller one. You feel the urge to bend this young predator to your will. Perhaps they know where you can get some keys, or perhaps they have their own.
Strike up off and saunter right over. Sophie!
Oh, Lacey. Hello.
Hi! How are you? How are you doing? How's your evening? I assume you had a really nice, pointedly at the Red Room drink?
Yes, I thought I should have one before my meeting.
Good. It's always good. It's the best manners to show up without an appetite. It's just that you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you can tell her attention is fully on you. Her eyesight is not breaking from yours.
Sophie, darling, who are you meeting with? Like, what's going on?
I'm meeting with I'm meeting with all the people that have to do with the advertisements. The advertisement team. And I am not looking forward to it because they are a bunch of boring old white men.
Ew, they've got you going to marketing?
Yes.
Sophie, I'm so sorry, sweetie.
Well, I have some ideas, but whether they'll listen to it or not, I'm not too sure.
Well, if nothing else, these boring old white men, as you put them, they're malleable, right?
Some.
Okay. The ones who don't matter and therefore make up the majority of the board, those are malleable, right?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Good, good. Use that. Like, ma'am, remember who you are, remember how you stand, and remember why you are here. Your ideas supersede theirs. Okay?
She smiles. And Sophie is a rather attractive young blonde woman with emerald green eyes. Her hair is tied back in a loose ponytail that sort of flows down the side of her shoulders. She's wearing a orange and green dress that accentuates her pale white skin. She almost looks like an Irish tricolour. And
interesting choice with the colors, dear.
well, I thought it'd be fitting.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, it's fine.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter, but we are currently looking into projects for St. Patrick's Day, so I thought,
Oh, so you thought to be stereotypically racist.
She looks at herself and looks at you. How?
Oh, honey. If you are dressing to impress, you don't dress in clashing colors.
These don't clash. She looks
They
at you
do.
and looks up. Oh, social combat. We love this. So I want you to roll me your manipulation and persuasion. This will be 3 rounds.
I don't think she's gonna win this, but okay. Ready?
Mhm.
Round 1 is 7.
Round 1 goes to Lissy. But this was picked out for me. What do you mean? What? Huh?
Who picked it out for you, sweetie?
Carvana. You know. Don't tell me you don't know Carvana. She dresses majority of us. She's the fashion designer.
Does she like you?
I mean, I think so.
Okay.
Besides, what are you wearing? And I need you to roll me Resolve Composure. When she says the next lines, it sort of hits a little hard.
Me?
Yeah, you're dressed like a gym rat, as per usual. Just because you have a low cut doesn't mean anything.
You know, maybe it helps when one of us is called to a meeting and the other. What excuse do you have when you had every opportunity to get ready for over an hour and I had 10 minutes?
As I said, I had someone dress me. You like I dressed in the dark.
Amazing. It's almost like even if I get dressed in the dark, I still look stunning. And you look like you stepped off a flagpole.
One more manipulation persuasion. She looks at you and goes, "You know what? I've had enough." And you can see she's visibly upset, and she will take 2 superficial willpower points of damage and begin to walk away from you.
Sophie,
What?
shake your hair out, lose the orange, and you will look like a fucking stunner that you are. Okay?
Fine.
Bye.
And you see as she walks away, flipping her hair out, her heels clacking off the ground.
Fashion designer for St. Patrick's Day. My goodness.
Babble.
Oh shit, we still are.
Babble. You can slake 2 points of hunger
Thank you.
as you drink from the bottle.
It's not her preferred way, but needs must as the devil rides.
Needs must. And once you do, you leave booth 3. You can feel the vitae running down your throat and into your body, rejuvenating what was not there before, giving you a little bit more of a pep in your step and stopping that nagging feeling in the back of your throat.
She will look down the hallway to where the sheriff's office was, make a mental note that she needs to talk to that Nos again at some point, but not tonight, and then make her way down to the car park.
As you make your way down to the car park, we go back to Lacey and Sable.
Is there anyone else that I recognize or know that I know would have a car?
Roll me your wits and politics.
Some politics?
Sable, if you also want to roll wits politics as well, or
Yeah.
help out.
Yeah, I think an assist is +1 die, right?
Yeah.
I'll do an assist.
All right, so roll me one more die. So 4. Lacey, you're used to making your own way. You're not used to normally asking for cars or keys, but you are aware that the company does have a requisitions office that will give out keys to employees for vehicles. Do you bring Sable with you, or do you just walk off alone?
Oh, yeah. Sable?
Yeah, should go along.
Yep. And you both enter the elevator, and you both start to go down a few floors. And once you do, you reach the car park. And there at the car park, there is a small booth. Inside the booth, there is a man in a relatively not fancy security outfit. It's just a blue shirt with a security tag on him. The name is Gavin. He is built like a bean. His hair is non-existent at the top. He's got a bit of a handlebar mustache going on.
You want this one?
I'm not so good at being social.
Show me what you got. Like, we can't learn from each other if we don't know where we're starting, right?
Yeah, okay.
You've got this. Confidence. That doesn't mean pop your boobs out. It means take a breath.
My shoulders are back.
Okay.
And you
They will breathe.
and you walk towards this man, do you?
Yeah.
He's sat behind a glass with a little speaky box. Hello?
Car.
Huh? Car? No, I'm Gavin.
Yes.
Oh, you want a car?
Yes.
Do you have your ID number on you?
She'll rattle hers off.
Okay. You see him type in the computer. What sort of model?
She asks for something that's kind of flashy.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. And then he opens a small box, grabs a set of keys, puts it into the box, and a little hatch opens and the key comes out towards you. Have a good night.
Yeah, she turns away and wipes her hand off where she touched the keys. Okay, I got it.
Fantastic. You did great.
Yeah.
And
Where do you think you would improve? Do you think where do you think you didn't do so great?
as they're talking about improvement and not doing so great, the elevators both open, and both Hero and Babel walk out of 2 individual elevators.
I think eventually it'd be better if I could do it with my mind so I don't have to talk with someone like that.
But I love hearing you talk.
But he's not a person.
Who's not a person?
The car man.
No, I think he's a person.
Why isn't he a person?
Would they have a ghoul be the person behind there?
I mean, unless he's classified as like a new breed of slime monster.
Well, if he's a ghoul, then at least that's something.
Do
But, like,
we
I'm
have a
assuming
car?
he's just a human. Yes. Well, these are keys,
No
but
tell, motel. Let's go.
yes.
I assume I'm
Hero might
driving.
take his bike. After that fun interaction, Hero might not be super keen to be in the car with people who don't consider him a person. So,
She
Hero will
considers
take his
ghouls
bike.
people, just not humans.
Hero.
I think given the circumstances under which we are doing this job, disabling tracking is probably a good idea, yes?
Would be
For the
smart.
best.
Excellent. Let's find the vehicle and go, shall we?
Yes.
Hero, are you taking your bike or are you driving with us?
I'll take my bike. I'll meet you there.
Okay, be safe. We'll see you there.
And Hero's gonna get out of there real quick.
Strange individual.
And Hero, you all hear the sound of an engine roar to life as Hero begins to drive out of the car park. Babel, can I have a wits and politics roll from you as well, please?
What's in politics?
Yes. Sable, you click the keys, and immediately a flashy little Sportster car lights up. The lights flash, and the horn goes off as the doors are opened.
That's just one success on my hunger die.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a choice.
the stripes mean it goes faster.
And there are speed stripes on it that go through an NC sign.
Yeah, I mean, without Hero there, Sable will make the smart choice of getting behind the wheel.
Okay.
Lacey's leaving her seatbelt off and the door unlocked.
Okay, I remember how to do this.
Barbel just looks after Hero's motorbike and goes, "Buckle up!"
No.
All right, let's go.
How is Sable driving to Kabuki? Are they driving safely? Are they driving quickly?
She obeys every road law.
Okay.
Even the ones you really shouldn't.
So, you all get there. You drive from City Plaza over the bridge, watching the neon lights of the Corporal Plaza behind you fade into the distance. And as you get into Little China, the scenery changes vastly. Where once there were large skyscrapers scraping up against the clouds, now there are more bodegas and boutiques. There are more little small, you could say, restaurants. More little bars, and you can definitely see the styles of Asian culture as the buildings are built to represent that type of culture. As you move your way into little Kabuki, Babel, it didn't strike you until now that Kabuki is Malkavian territory.
Mm-hmm. Fuck.
And you all begin to move. Hero, you arrive much quicker than Sable. But you eventually meet up with each other outside this no-tell motel. And the no-tell motel is a 5-story building. Most of you would know it as a building that clandestine meetings happen where people bring joy toys and have their fun with them. As you look upon it, Lacey, you will be at a disadvantage because this entire place is to you and your torrid or refinement disgusting. There is trash upon the streets. There are drunks and homeless men sitting on street corners, some passed out, some probably dead, but no one cares. There is graffiti upon the walls, from nonsensical gibberish to tiger claw logos. The hotel is before you, and you can see the flashing neon sign of Notel. Motel. Vacancies.
Babel, could you stay behind in the car a moment? I have something I want to ask you about.
Sure. Just so everyone knows, I'm going to be here, but you may not be able to see me. Let's open an agent call for all of us so that we can remain in contact. Though, given what is going on here, that we may lose contact.
Stellar. Boop. Lacey is out of that car so fast.
I didn't catch what that last thing was.
Stellar.
And Lacey is out of the car,
looking
at this building in the street
So-
corners.
What'd you two talk about
When?
before we left? After the meeting?
With who?
Lacey?
With whom? Lacey? Oh, she
Yes.
was just checking in to see if I was okay because I was clearly unperturbed by the situation.
That was all?
That I care to share, yes.
That you care to share? So there were private things talked about?
You're a Tremere, you understand secrets.
I understand them, but I don't think we should be keeping secrets from one another.
It doesn't concern you.
That was silly of me. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm easily so paranoid. Alright, let's catch this guy. Yeah,
Indeed.
she'll head out of the car.
As Babel and Sybil had their conversation within the car, Hero, you're standing there. You have your equipment on. I assume you have your mask on your face.
I think once Hero just used the time before they get there to get into all their gear once they're off the bike, lock the bike. I'm sure the bike is probably booby trapped so they're not super paranoid about having to leave it here amongst all these less desirable types. And then just looking over the front of the building and I think just looking for anything that might be of interest in the terms of like getting into this place before everybody else arrives.
Roll me out what's awareness. It doesn't take you long to realize that the street is still rather busy. People watch you intently, but not from a spying on you perspective, but from a this guy is a expert at what he does and they are getting ready to do something. Maybe we should move. And you see people begin to walk away. 7. You look at the building and you can judge from the angles and the windows. You can tell that the front door definitely is the main entrance. As you walk around you can tell there are probably no back doors. None that you can see, but there are several windows open on other floors above you that you could probably climb in if you were so inclined. Lacey. Lacey, as you get out of the car and you walk towards Hero as Hero is examining the building, what are your first thoughts of seeing such a disgusting place below your palate?
You said there were, people moving, vagrants, homeless people.
Yeah, there are people in the street. They're looking at Hero and they're moving off very quickly.
Well, If nothing else, that takes one thing off my to-do plate. Thank you. I was going to make sure that anyone who didn't need to be here wasn't at risk of being here. So, thank you. About earlier, risk of, hey, we go in, we might not come back out, although I highly doubt that. While I am not terribly appreciative of you calling out my verbiage in front of the sheriff, nope, can't say thank you because I'm not happy about it, therefore. Why is it so hard to talk? I don't know. Maybe this place is distracting. You are valuable to this mission, and you are valuable to our cause, and my verbiage changed. Please be assured that you face no threats, at least from me and mine. Nor do those in similar situations to you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Excellent. Now, I see high windows. Do you want me to throw you? Do you want to throw me?
Could Hero jump to those windows, or would Hero need a boost?
Hero would need a boost.
I think Hero's gonna be like, do you want to give me a boost up there? I can go in and...
Only if you promise me you'll be safe.
I think Hero's a little bit sort of like thrown at how they're being spoken to right now. They're just like, I promise.
Alrighty then.
As Sable and Babel get out of the car, they hear Hero say, "I promise," to Lucy.
Interesting. Shall I attempt to disable any security that might get in our way?
Probably a good idea.
Is there a jack on the outside of the building anywhere? Access port?
There is by the front door.
5 stories up, you say? Give me a minute. I'm going to go inside and rent a room.
Are you sure that's the best idea?
Isn't it an
Unless you want
abandoned
me-
motel? Like,
No,
Or
it's
just
not.
mostly
It's
abandoned?
not abandoned as far as anyone is aware. But when the ghouls went there last, there didn't seem to be many patrons, and when they were going room to room, eventually when they got to the top floors, when they were taken out. It's still very
I
much
was gonna-
used. Yeah.
I was gonna go in a window to do some scouting to sort of see what our situation was, but if you would rather use subterfuge and go in and rent a room first off, I'm happy to follow your lead.
My concern is that physical measures will still be networked. If we take out some of the simpler parameters, then you can apply your specific talents, and then I can try and interface with the AI to break down whatever is on the 5th floor. Unless someone has a better idea.
Not a better idea, but an option. If we want to do these things in tandem, I'm more than happy to create an absolute scene. That way their eyes aren't on their tech and their eyes aren't on,
Maybe a public appearance outside the front door. That way no one's going to come in while we're doing something.
At the end of the day, should we make sure that all 4 of us are nearby if we have to talk to Sputnik face to face, and he might be unwilling to come with us?
I suspect
mean,
I
if
need
you
to be
would-
jacked in physically to the building to do anything, but I can try.
Well, okay, so you and I are gonna head inside. Lacey's gonna make a scene out here. What are you doing, Sable?
I am not certain how I'd be useful here.
We may need to fry a system.
Then I think I may go with Babel on this. So that I'm near where the tech
Are
is.
you good at stealth at all?
Not super well.
I'm wondering if we should, perhaps, those of us who have more proficiency in stealth go in first, disable the first security measures, and then bring you inside, Sable.
That would be wise, I think.
I like your strategy.
Hey, this is anyone party? Can anyone join? What's going on over here? Hey,
Shall we? I think Hero's gonna just completely blank this person and just look for, like, shall we?
I got this.
Does this individual match the description of the person we're looking for?
he looks in his late 50s. His chrome is such that you can see that one of his legs is gone and is replaced by a prosthetic. He is.
I want to sense the unseen, this man.
As you do, you see that he is a human of anything. He is walking toward. He is obviously intoxicated. He is by any means looking homeless. He just wants to join the party.
I got this.
It's not fair. Look, one guy for all of you. No, I'll join in. Come on, let's make it a real party.
Oh my goodness. Are you, what happened to your leg? Why are you here? I haven't seen you in so long. Oh my gosh, everything just seems to have gone so wrong. Oh my gosh, well, what have you been doing? Why are you here? I haven't seen you in what, like 6 years now?
Lady, who the
You're in
fuck
favor
are
of,
you?
like, going for the front door.
You don't remember me? I'm Sarah. Come on. I know we haven't talked in like ages. We were co-workers. Come on.
And as Sarah is distracting this man, very well right now because he's very, very confused. Babel, Hero, and Sable, you all make for the door.
I think it's just Hero and Babel
Oh,
for doing
okay.
this
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, they're first.
As we get to the front door, I am doing unseen passage and utilizing Ghost in the Machine.
And I'll be using my optical camera.
So, obviously for unseen passage, people need to not be
I do
looking.
not get hungrier.
So, are you going around somewhere where there's someone not looking at you?
So, as we get into the front door and duck around, if there's no one in the lobby, then I will use unseen passage.
There is a young woman in the lobby behind the reception desk.
Hero, can you deal with her, please?
Can we not just sneak past her? Like, what do you...
So as you walk in to the front door, the moment you walk in, you see it's a large atrium area. The top of the ceiling is made of glass that's in natural light, but a lot of it is fluorescent. There are vending machines against the wall to the right hand side for punters to get drinks and snacks or whatever. And there's a reception desk facing the door with a young woman who is just currently sat there like reading a magazine. She's not really paying attention to who's coming in.
if Babel doesn't look like they are confident they can sneak past, which is what Hero thought they were doing, then Hero will go and
I
speak
mean-
to the receptionist. But
We can sneak. That's not a problem. I just would like to utilize safety measures.
okay,
fine.
do you want me to go and book a room?
Yes.
Okay. Hero is going to then use ore and go and talk to this receptionist.
Okay. And as you get closer to the desk, it's like her head snaps around to you. Not in a weird, like, jerky reaction, just because, like, oh, wow. And her entire attention is fully on you. Babel, you're able to notice this and use this to your advantage. Hero's not looking at you, and this woman certainly is not looking at you. And you disappear from sight. Hi. And you can hear her, like, chewing on something. How can I help you?
I'm after a room,
Oh,
please.
just you?
Just me.
Okay. 1 second.
For now, at least.
She looks you up and down. Was that an invite? I get off in an hour.
Good to know. And you'll know what room I'll have. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, I will. And turns around, she grabs a key off the wall. And it's a key card, not an actual physical key. And she hands it to you. That'll be $250.
And Hero will pay that.
And you send the money through to your agent. She hands you over the key. 3rd floor,
Thanks.
room 206. I'll see you then.
I'll see you later.
Yeah.
And Hero's gonna go up to that room. I don't know, like, does Babel need more time? Can I see, does Babel need more time with that, or does Babel need anything else?
You can't see Jack.
Yeah. You can't see
Well,
people.
Hero's gonna assume that she doesn't need anything else and head up to that room, sort of taking note of where anything of interest might be.
So,
Yeah.
as Hero is walking through the hotel is near enough a mirror of the outside. There is trash in the hallways. There is graffiti upon the walls. This motel is not exactly 5-star. One would even argue it's 1-star. You're pretty sure the bed bugs have bed bugs in this place.
Ooh!
But you make your way up the stairs. That was such a vitriol reaction. I love it. You make your way up the stairs. And up another flight of stairs until you're on the 3rd floor. You're in room 206. You press your card against it, and there's nothing really untoward. You hear some noises from some rooms, and you can guess what's going on behind those closed doors. They're not exactly secret about it. There are some
Bedbugs making bedbugs.
Exactly, there are some arguments as well, but nothing that you need to worry about. And you enter the room. And the room is exactly as you think. It is tiny. There is one double bed with a very, very thin sheet on it. The neon lights from Kabuki shine and flash in the window, giving off a blue and red neon glow. There's a very small bathroom with a shower and a sink that, well, it has definitely seen better days. There is a single toilet that has its seat broken off, and there is a single table with a chair with one leg missing.
Is there a window to outside in this room?
There is a window to outside, yes.
Can I open that and see if I can see Lacey and Sable outside?
You can. So if you go up to the window and you look out, you can see them both in the street below.
I think Hero might open that window and, like, try and very subtly try and get their attention without getting anyone else on the street's attention. I assume they're keeping an eye out for anything interesting in this place, seeing as we've gone inside.
Yeah, Sable's on the lookout,
And
trying to avoid frying this man.
and Sable, you haven't really noticed anything strange or anything. You've noticed more homeless people walking away as they saw Hero enter the building. The homeless man that Lacey is talking to is getting more and more agitated the more she speaks to him because he has no idea what she is on about. I just wanted to have a party. I have no idea who's Sarah. What? I've never met you before, lady.
Hi, Sarah. And we were co-workers about 6 years ago. You were really good at your job. I really looked up to you. I know we didn't talk that much, but like seeing you like this, what happened?
I haven't had a job since the corporate wars. Who are you?
Corporate wars? What are you talking about?
He just turns and walks away.
Wow.
And love that. So good. Right. Do I need to make a bigger one? I can.
You worked with him?
No.
Oh.
The truth is a funny thing. It can be bent any way you want it.
And now we move to Bubble. Bubble, what are you
So
doing?
Bubble followed Hero very closely as they went into the room. And as soon as they were in the room and saw Hero just looking for the window and looking around the room, she was immediately looking for an access port to plug into.
There is one right beside the TV. It's small, it is old tech. It is nothing compared to what you're used to. It is easy.
I'll jack in and start trying to disable camera systems, shutters, doors, just the general physical layer first, and then proceed to next round.
Now, this is something a little different. This is what we're going to call a cyber battle. This will be between you and another netrunner.
Excellent.
So, we will both be rolling our wits and technology. 3 rolls.
Is there any way I can assist with this?
The Babel is currently doing it invisible, so...
Okay.
And you're out the window, so no.
So, wits and technology, I can't use my intelligence?
If you were taking your time to do this, yes. Are you taking your time, or are you doing this quickly on the fly?
We're in a time crunch, so quickly and on the fly.
Okay. So,
I can use my specialty.
you can do.
Excellent. I'm going to rouse the blood to boost my wits, I think. Whew, okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do I want to willpower it? 8 successes.
Okay. Roll again.
Five. This one I will willpower. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 successes.
Okay, and one more.
Okay. She's good at one thing, folks. Another willpower. 8 successes.
Okay. Hero. You see Lacey and Sable out in the street below. You see the man walking away very, very confused. How do you signal to the two of them?
I think if Sable's keeping a lookout, I'll just open the window and sort of be there at the window. Hero's not trying to like make any noise or anything. It's more just so they are aware this is the room that we are in. And then as soon as seen that Sable has seen him, we'll back away from the window and turn their attention back to the room.
Okay. Sable,
Okay.
you see Hero pop his head out of the window and then back in. That way you know exactly where he is.
Yeah, I mean, she commits that one to memory.
And what do the two of you do?
I'm gonna pop into the access call that we have going on. Babel, do you need a bigger scene? Are we good?
There is no answer from Babel.
Fantastic. Kira, are you in this call at all?
I think Hero's gonna be like, am I? Can I hear
Yep.
this call? Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm in the room 206.
Do you need bigger
Um,
scenes?
I don't think so. I think we're good. Do you want to get up here, I guess? Or, I don't know where... I assume Babel wasn't too far behind me, but, maybe just wait until we get confirmation that she's shut down security first. And then make your way in here.
More time alone to spend with Sable? Absolutely.
And we return to Babel. Babel, as you place your uplink cable into the motel, it's like your mind is transported to somewhere different, somewhere not physical, but also somewhere not mental, somewhere where it all collides into one. The net. A place where you're most often comfortable. And as you open your eyes in this, what could be perceived as a new realm, you're met with a voice. A voice that sounds young, but as it speaks, it jitters as if it's being forced to speak. What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Playing.
What sort of game? Game.
The only game there is.
There is no response to that. It doesn't know how to respond to that.
Excellent.
First round goes to you. And you notice and you can feel as if the cameras slowly begin to shut down one by one in your game of hide and go seek. What are you why can't I see?
Peekaboo.
Second round goes to you. Sable and Lacey, you notice that the shutters of the building go down over all the windows. Can't feel. Why are you doing this?
Because you're just not good enough, and I am.
Third round also went to Babel. The power in the building shuts off and the emergency lights come on.
I think that's our cue, Sapes.
I think it is.
How do you want to go up?
How many spectators are in the area? Is it pretty empty, or are there a good number of people?
There are a few people still left, but they are mostly either drunks or the homeless. Some don't care enough to move. They're at their house. It's going to take a bulldozer to get them out of the way. Bullet fire and corporals, boot heels don't scare them.
Alright, well, climbing doesn't break the masquerade. I'm gonna activate Weight of the Feather.
I will say, however, that the shutters of the building have come down over all the windows. So they are steel shutters. They're not see-through.
Okay.
They are just like reinforced steel security systems shut down over each window
Oh.
to stop it from being attacked from the outside.
Front door is probably best then.
I think like when power goes off, I'm like, I think Hero's like, get in here.
You going in the front?
Yeah.
Let's see who gets on top first, shall we?
Let's shall.
What do you want if you win?
One of your bars.
Oh, honey, I'll give those to you anyway. Pick something
Well,
better.
then what do you want if you win?
Let's see who gets to the top first.
All right.
Lacey's gonna free climb.
Okay. Interesting. Alright, so you're going to go up to the rooftop by climbing the wall.
Yeah.
Alright, I need strength athletics. And I need you to beat a difficulty of 6.
That's fine. Let's see. Strength athletics. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Sable, how are you getting up?
I have trained my entire life for this moment. I bet they have stairs.
Good bet. So, Sable, you walk in through the front door and you see the girl behind the reception desk, like trying to call someone, like moving around, checking files, but nothing seems to be working for her. She looks terrified and confused. She's like, "What the hell's going on? This has never happened." You just blatantly ignore her.
Oh yeah, ew.
Up the stairs you go. You see people coming out of their rooms in various states of dress and undress. Some are just completely naked and not giving a fuck. They're all human. As you go up the floors, finally you come to the room 206. Do you stop there or do you keep going?
No, I got a competition to win.
Okay, so you keep going until you get to the top floor. Lacey, how did you do?
I got exactly 6.
Oh, okay. Sable, roll me your dex athletics.
Oh no.
I know, this is how we're going to tell who wins this.
It's such a good roll. What'd you say, Dex Athletics?
Yes.
Oh, I guess it technically could be worse. It technically could be worse.
Babble, Hero, what are you two doing at this moment?
Hero will start heading up to the 5th floor.
Okay. Babble?
Still in the system. I'm going to try and find any access to that 5th floor.
Ah, okay. Roll me your wits technology once more. Hero, you begin to walk up the stairs. Roll me your dex athletics as well. I want to see if you beat Sable.
Okay.
I got a whole success, I'll have you all know. Got 1. You don't want to fuck with Clan Tremere.
So,
set the nerve on a track run?
so
7.
So here you see Sable and Lacey begin to walk towards the building, but you're already ahead of them. You're out the door. You don't know how. You don't know where Babel is. That doesn't matter. They've done their job, and you make your way up to the top floor. A few minutes go by, and you see Sable coming around the corner. And then if you look up, you see staring at you and just waving probably. Lacey. On top of the roof. Lacey left a scene behind them as they climbed and cracked their nails into the concrete outside and got to the top of the building. Babel, how'd you do?
7 successes.
7 successes. With 7 successes, the voice that's in the net is quiet. You can still feel a presence, but it is as if you have taken control of this hotel. You don't know if this person that was talking to you was the AI itself or it was Sputnik. But as you go through the floors, you see who is in each room. When you get to the 5th floor, there's only one room occupied. There is no name.
I'm going to open the door.
Mask is on.
Babel is able, and you hear a hiss as the door opens on the 5th floor.
As soon as that door opens, Hero's going to go through it.
Sybil?
Yeah, Sable will go through.
Lacey, what do you do?
Let's see. You said people did, like, there's a scene down and outside.
You left a scene by crawling
Got
up the
it.
thing, but you,
Got it,
people,
got it.
people aren't running around screaming, crying because the homeless
Power
vagrants,
nap.
they could be drunk seeing this. They've seen worse, you know.
That's fine. Do any of the panels of the glass ceiling lift or remove? Like,
They do not lift or move like a window would. No, it's a glass ceiling just to have the reflective light from above come through.
that's fine. Can I use my nails? And spy movie that shit.
How sharp are Lacey's nails?
She keeps them nice and sharp.
Okay. Roll
Manicured.
me a strength brawl, but it's going to be roll me a strength athletics, because this is a very deft thing and not so much of a punch through the glass. It's going to be quite a high number of successes needed.
4 successes, but there is possible bestial.
Okay. So you begin to mark or start to cut one of the panels of glass out. As you do, your nail snaps.
Fucker. It's gonna be sore when it grows.
Can I have a Dex Athletics from both Hero and Sable as the glass from the ceiling begins to fall downwards?
Another Dex Athletics? I can't keep winning these.
Because gravity is a thing.
Doesn't have to be. What the fuck?
Sable with 20 successes over here.
4 successes on 2 dice. It is messy, though.
7.
7. Lacey, you begin to cut this here. As you get to the last part, your nail snaps, and you're not quick enough to grab the falling glass as it begins to fall through. As it falls through, Hero, you hear the snap above your head, and you move yourself into the door. Sable, on the other hand, you also hear the snap, but instead of deftly moving through the door, you leap forward in what could only be described as a fight or flight response, and crash into Hero. You do not fall, however. He is able and sturdy enough to keep you both up, but you are wrapped around him.
Jumps back. I apologize.
You're fine. Is Lacey, like, is it just the glass that fell, or is Lacey in the building now too?
Lacey is not in the building, thankfully, not yet, but the glass has shattered across the ground.
Hero is just like, jeez. And Hero is going to turn their attention back to going into this room.
Lacey, what are you doing?
He's hopping down.
Lacey, you jump from the window downwards into the hallway. Hero and Sable, as you two have entered the room, you see a series of computers all set up against the wall. You see a man dressed in what can only be described as a tracksuit, blue neon, lying on what looks like a recliner chair. His neck is supported up, and from his neck you see a large cable going into the computers.
I mean, Sable's gonna just slowly make sure that she gets her battery out of her pocket.
Can I please do a quick hack upon seeing this guy?
You can. What
Could
criteria
I-
are you trying?
Short circuit?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Please roll me your wits and technology or your wits cyber deck.
Can I use a willpower to re-roll
You
some?
can. Yep.
That's 4.
Go on. And as you lock with this man, your agent connects through the cables and through him, and suddenly, boom, his body jolts as if he's being electrocuted.
Can I disconnect him from the system?
You can. Don't need to roll.
While that is, like, once that has happened, can I pull the stake out and try and stake this guy?
Yes, you can. Strength melee will also. You,
Okay.
however, do not get your bonuses because you're not using your weapons.
Yeah, that's fine.
Bubble.
Can I flash up on one of the screens? He's been disconnected. He's yours.
As Hero is reaching into his pocket, Lacey, Sable, and Hero, you all see the TV within the room flash. And it's almost like a monochrome image of pixelated parts, whites and greens and pinks, purples. It almost makes an image. And you hear a distorted voice come out from the speakers of the television.
He's disconnected. Do it now.
I got 6.
Sable and Lacey, you see as Hero walks towards this man who has been paralyzed, disconnected. He is discombobulated. He doesn't know where he is. And you see him drive a wooden stake right through his heart. There is a loud crunch as the wood meets bone and then penetrates the most vital organ in any being's body. There's a quick gasp and then silence.
Where'd you learn how to do that?
What do you mean?
You just did that in one strike.
Yeah.
Hot.
And I think Hero's gonna just, like, kick him up over the shoulder, be like, well, that's that done. Shall we head back?
1 second. Babel, how can I get you full access to this guy's network if you don't already have it?
The TV flickers with a bright pink smiley face emoji.
You already have it, you son of a bitch. I love it. Right, I'm gonna take a look around. Just in case. Snoopy.
I'm gonna start taking this guy back. We're on a time limit, so if you guys
True.
want to do that, I'm gonna take him back to. So
You can put him in the trunk.
I'm not leaving him unattended, I feel like that would be a recipe for disaster. So, yeah.
I was just gonna check and see if, he had any of these weird gang signs anywhere in his apartment or any other information, but
That's fine. I can take him on my bike, and if you guys want to finish investigating here, I can just take it back to...
maybe you shouldn't drive around Night City with a half-limp body on your motorcycle.
Just strap him to me. It's like, I've done that before. That's alright.
Uh-huh.
What? I mean, fine, I'll wait for you guys.
2 seconds.
Let's just be quick.
2
Sure.
seconds.
Roll. Lacey, roll me your wits investigation.
Okay.
Sable, are you going to help Lacey look around the room for any clues or information?
Yes, Sable is going to be currently as far away as she can from this ghoul that can just.
Okay.
She was an atheist, but right now the fear of cyber Jesus is in her.
Hero is just sort of looking at her like, I was a mercenary. Like, I thought you... Like, what did you think a mercenary does?
I just misjudged.
People do that to me a lot. I don't know what it is. I have a trustworthy face or something. I don't know.
It
I
must
think
be.
it's the halo.
I'm not going to get you if that makes you feel better. Like,
It is good to have somebody with such powerful capabilities on the team.
thanks.
So,
How's your, investigate? Go.
Sable's gonna also start looking for gang signs.
Lacey, as you're looking around, you just can't get over the absolute atrocity that is this room. There are open takeaway containers. There look like bags of plasma. It smells off. There is all sorts of things, but nothing screams to you evidence or of use. It's a horror movie to your eyes of the depravity this man lived in, the disgusting nature of this room. Sable,
Okay, I see it up.
Sable, what's investigation?
Oh god, I have not realized how much I'm an IRL Toreador up until this moment. Oh, okay. It's Sable who's investigating, not me. It's fine. Okay, whoop. Where is it? Are you able to roll with no dice? Like, no investigation?
You can roll your
Yeah,
wits,
no dice.
yeah.
Alright, cool. A success and a bestial.
Perhaps it is after seeing what Hero did. The barbaric nature and how he simply just took this man out. No thought, no feeling. Not even a how do you do. Just a direct strike to this kindred's heart. Maybe that's distracted you from looking around this room. But you don't see anything that screams to you evidence or gang related.
Alright.
And do the two of you leave with Hero?
Yes. Oh my god, so fast. I'm going to be burning this outfit now.
Right now?
Yes, I'm
We don't need to make a scene on the way out, which a naked gym lady will probably do that.
as much as I am happy to show you everything pro bono, Hero, no one else paid for a show. So.
Maybe later then.
Sable, do you want one too?
What? No, it was a weird exchange. That's all. I mean, not no. Like I didn't mean it in a the mission. We have the mission. We can't be thinking about naked
Tit?
Love Lacey right now.
Right.
Can we go?
Uh-huh. Babble, we can clear out.
Babel, what are you doing?
Taking a copy of all of his records and
Please
taking an
roll me.
image of his system for our Nosferatu friend.
Please roll me a composure technology.
Oh. Including my specialty?
No.
Ooh. Delicious. 2 successes. Do I need to push it?
You can use a willpower if you wish.
Yeah, I shall. Oh, 1, 2, 5.
Okay.
That was a good willpower.
That was a good willpower. It goes to the defender. What goes to the defender? I can't tell you. But you're able to download the files. Each of them all going into your own internal drive. Do you take yourself out of the system?
I do jack out and head on down.
Y'all reach the bottom. You pass people in the stairwells all shouting and complaining, wondering what the hell's going on, where that sound came from upstairs.
I will drop my obfuscate as I leave the room.
And y'all meet outside. The homeless people are still sat in the street drinking, not really caring. There are some people who are in the motel that are outside staring up at it going, what happened? They don't really pay much attention to you for as you walk out. Some people have noticed bodies disappearing from this hotel from time to time, so this is not exactly unusual.
We don't have to weekend at Bernie's it.
Lacey will pop the trunk.
I think Hero is trying to get this body out of the hotel and into that car, like, withdrawing as little attention as possible, just, like, quick as they can, smooth as they can, avoiding being in anyone's eye lines as much as possible.
And you all get to the car. Jump on your
Ah.
respective bikes.
Yeah.
And you make your way back to the tower. And it's relatively easy. Sable, driving once more, takes their time.
I think in the chat, even while we're driving back, I think Hero's going to just put into the chat, just like, did anybody else think that was too easy?
Such a noob.
Excuse you?
Him, not you, Hero.
The system was just far too easy for what I was anticipating.
And fighting him was too easy for what I was anticipating.
I mean, let's face it, you had some pretty great help.
But that's not discounting your skills, Babel, but wasn't this guy able to slip from our cyber savvy primogen, hack a system, and then spread that info and get away from all the cam systems?
I mean, I am good. I'm very good, but, I don't like to rest on my laurels too much. Yes, perhaps something is fishy because none of this has been strange in the past.
Even a thin blood shouldn't be this easy to take out. just putting it out there to make sure we're all on the same page.
Oh,
I think we all co-wrote the book, didn't we?
Lacey's gonna check real quick to see if Sputnik is actually torpid or if he's dead.
yeah, the Sable will pull over. She wants to take a chance to also sense the unseen on this guy.
So as you open the boot, you notice his eyes are staring deadly at you. Just glazed over. He wouldn't have a pulse, so you wouldn't know if he's probably dead, but he hasn't turned to dust either.
If I cut him with my butterfly knife, does he bleed?
Again, kindred don't bleed the same as humans.
If you stab him, does the knife come out moist?
There's only one real way to know if a kindred is alive after being torpid. You would all know that you need to pull the stake out.
Do we, what if we, like, chain him up?
Oh, you don't need physical chains for that. I will do a really quick rouse check. Give me 2 seconds, because I don't know what I'm doing.
See, well, as you use sense the unseen on this man, you don't sense anything weird. There's nothing hidden on him. There's a bulge in his right pocket that you probably didn't notice before.
So or is he just happy to see you?
Rouse
Don't
check
check it.
As you put your hand in his pocket, you can feel like a metallic square thing. When you take it out, you see it is a computer shard. A shard that you would install into a deck or a computer to check for data or look at data.
Lacey will turn on entrancement. Rouse check was successful. She does not get hungrier. Okay. You can
I'm
pull
still
stick out
going.
now.
I'm still going to put like some handcuffs on this guy, hands and feet, just to be safe. And then I think he's also going to look at Pebble and be like, "You haven't. Do you have any thoughts on this?"
I have thoughts on that, and she'll point to the thing that Sable's holding and go, this is all your specialty.
Do you want
What
this?
is-
Well, I'm counterintelligence, not countermeasures, so can I have that, please, Sable?
Here you go.
Thank you.
I do have an alternative measure if this can't confirm or deny anything.
Okay.
Oh,
An old Tremere way of determining if a vampire is alive or not.
okay.
How are those secrets holding up?
They're holding up quite well.
Ready when you are, hero.
So we're
Just be
yanking
ready
this
to shove
out.
it back in. Yep, just be ready to shove it
Yep.
back in.
Okie dokie. And a hero is going to pull that stake out, I guess.
There is a large pop sound and an involuntary gasp of air as the man you staked awakens from his torpor.
There's our answer. Put it back in.
Okay.
Who are the?
And hero will go, okay. And
I I need another strength and melee from you.
6.
You hear him sigh as the wound penetrates his ribcage once more. And he goes back into
Maybe he's
torpor.
maybe he's just fucking soft. I don't know. Like,
I mean,
No, I think he was set up.
I mean, I'm good. Don't get me wrong. But
he could still be a patsy.
But
Okay.
a patsy lets us all keep our hands.
I mean, I feel like we all know all too well that this lovely place we work is very good at throwing people away whenever that's convenient to do so.
All corpses are.
I have one question for the group. Where exactly did Sable park to do this? In the
When I
middle
just
of
pulled
the
over.
Oh, in the street? Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of things happen at once.
I don't like this. Are those things we get in the car and we carry on?
You hear the sounds of sirens.
Oh, that's a thing. Babel, how quick
Hand-
can you have...
Hand me the keys.
Okay,
Get
but
in,
remember,
bitches.
there is a speed limit.
No, just get in.
Okay.
Just get in.
Hero, what do you do?
Hero gets on their bike and is like, I'll meet you back at the tower. Don't fucking crash.
Okay.
I never do.
I'll meet you guys there.
May I have... What's Lacey doing? Sorry,
Lacey's
that took me a
splitting up.
second.
Lacey... Lacey's running off down an alleyway.
Okay. Babel and Hero, can I have a dexterity drive from you?
Yes, you can. So I got 5 with a crit.
Hero?
I got 1.
Okay. So, Hero, you start.
Aren't you good at this shit?
So, Hero,
I don't have any dots in drive.
Hero, you start your motorcycle. As you start, Babel just careens around the side of you and takes off down the road. Seconds go by, and you begin off, and you can see the blues and twos coming from behind you, gaining on you very, very quickly. I need another dex drive.
For me as well.
Yes, please.
Another 1. I'm wondering if I should maybe roll a willpower to re-roll that bad boy.
Those are rookie numbers. We need to get those numbers up.
Look, my dex is very, very high, but I'm just rolling really badly. I used all my good rolls
You can roll your
for
willpower.
staking this guy.
You can roll your willpower.
Yeah.
I might have to, I think.
Babel?
2.
No. Still a 1.
Okay. So, Hero, you're driving, and suddenly you hear a gunshot, and then you hear a ding as a bullet hits the side of your car, or your motorcycle. Babel, as you're turning a corner, you see a car driving towards you. Its sirens blaring. It's heading straight for you. Hero, what do you do?
Hero's gonna try and turn down, start using the alleyways and the fact they're on a much smaller vehicle to their advantage to try and lose the larger cars.
Mm-hmm.
That's Hero's plan.
Okay, Babel?
Bubble is going to yell at everyone, hold on, and slam it into reverse. and speed backwards.
Okay. Sable, what are you doing as this is happening in the car?
So you know the little like flap thing that sometimes your parents will hold on to whenever you drive a little too fast.
Yep.
She's locked and loaded.
Like one hand on the dash, like.
Yeah.
Oh shit, group, let's go!
Lissy, you're running down the alleyway. What are you doing?
Lacey is staying the fuck out of streetlights. She's staying the fuck in the shadows. She is keeping as low profile as possible, to stay out of sight.
Deck stealth. Given your fame, you are at a -1.
I know it's a rough.
Okay. Okay, this is the last one, folks. Alright. Bubble. Dex drive. 3. Okay.
Wait.
Hero. Same. 5 this
5.
time. Nice.
There we go.
So, Hero, you turn down an alleyway as you come to the corner of a street. As you turn right, you see the car Babel was in coming down the road opposite. As it comes down the road, the police car that was behind you speeds forward. The cop car that was coming down the opposite direction speeds forward toward Babel, and both of them crash into each other and roll into the street. People start screaming and running in all directions.
Hero is just gonna be focused on getting out of there, getting away from the cops, getting back to Vera's.
Okay, Babel.
Going to get out of Dodge, not taking the scenic tour, limp the car back to the car park.
Okay. And Babel, Sybil, and Hero, you all arrive back. You hear some sirens in the distance. Could be coming for you. Could be coming for any myriad of things that happen in Night City. You see, it takes you a little longer. Some people do recognize you, but they see that you're trying to be alone. And finally, you reach the tower. You reach Night Corp. Once the 4 of you are together, what do you do now?
You guys are okay?
I think before Hero comes back, we'll make sure that they've lost their tail before, like, they don't want to bring heat back to the building.
Yep.
But once they're back, I think it's putting the car where it's not easily found if somebody is checking this car park for it. And then, getting...
Well, as an employee of Night Corp, you would know that the police to even enter this car park would need several warrants.
We should check with the sheriff to see how he wants the body to be delivered, since I don't think that we can maintain secrecy while carrying it up through the offices.
Good point.
As you're talking in the car park, hear a voice from the shadows. Oh, I see that you've completed. Yes. As Gort walks out to the front of you. Yeah, hello. You hear his fingers clacking as the long right hand that has metal tips that you could probably guess connecting to things clack against his long nails on his left hand. He's did it go well?
It happened.
Oh, it happened. You're very
We have your
humorous.
boy.
Not my boy.
Your clans.
Thin blood. Where is he?
Hero will
Trump.
pop the boot.
No. Still as ugly as ever. Did he have anything on him?
He had this.
What is it?
I haven't checked it. You're a cybersecurity expert. I couldn't possibly crack something like that. You know, the system that he was dealing with that thwarted your ghouls was so hard.
That sounds like a fun challenge for you then. Try it. Go ahead.
I'm a bit tapped out. I used everything I had on the hotel.
It sounds like an excuse. He reaches his hand out.
No, she snatches it back. Fine. I'll plug it into my deck and take a look at it because what else does she do?
Wait,
As
Babel, you-
Babel plugs this in, the nerves of her arm seem to catch a flame. They're not actually on fire, but it's like electricity is being sent up her arm and into her shoulders as a large EMP burst blasts from her, using her as a catalyst. The lights in the building shut off. You see Gort stand still, almost frozen. Each of you feel parts of your body slowly beginning to shut down. And then everything comes back online again. Babel, that pain in your arm is no longer there. Gort shakes his head. What was that?
Is Sputnik still there?
He is still in the car.
Okay, good.
If
Let's
I had
not
to,
do that again.
What sort of demon was that?
one that you should have fixed. And I'll unplug it and hand it over. This was too easy. I don't know what's going on, but the system was for noobs. I don't know what game is being played here or the wheels within the wheels, but someone's playing you and in turn us, and I don't like it.
Hey, Babel.
Mm.
If that had been set off in the apartment,
Mm-hmm.
would we have gotten any data?
Nope.
Cyanide pill.
Mm-hmm.
Is all your data from the hotel still intact after that?
Is it?
Do you check?
I will check.
As you check, as you look through the data, some of it is there. But files that you could have swore were complete before have a simple message. Playing back. But it's not the voice of the man in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
It's the voice of somebody else. Someone you've never met before. You've also noticed that Gort has not spoken a word since you handed him this data shard.
Is he reacting to stimulus at all? Like, is he still...
He is. He's moving, but he's staring at it intently.
Is this something you recognize, sir?
You and you, he pointed Hero and Babel. Follow me. You and you, get this body to the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see Ian. And that is where we'll end tonight's story.
All right.
Whew. Well, thank you all for coming. Oh, God, my heart. Anyway, let's go around the table once more. Lacey, how you doing?
I'm good. Hi. I played your hashtag Love Lacey. And my real name is Shelby. You can find me at Strange Occurrence. That's Occurrence OCCURANCE because I couldn't spell when I made it. On pretty much all social media.
Babble.
Hi, I've been playing Barbel, your Malkavian netrunner. You can find me across the internet as Nephthys Nile. That's NEPHTHYSNILE. Because why not have a simple name that everyone can spell?
Oh, I'm doing so much spelling today.
Hero, speaking of spelling.
Hi everybody, I'm MK. I've been playing Hero. You can find me on all social media on Moving Castles, and that's Castles with a K. I'm not going to spell it.
And Sable.
Hello, I am Zero Lilia. I played Resident Tremere today. You can find me anywhere as Zero Lilia, and you don't even get a letter from me. You'll have to guess.
And I have been your storyteller, Mike, also as Feral and Hidegard. You can find me anywhere on Igernink or associated places because I'm everywhere. And as we always say, we can't keep it clean, keep it fucking scary. Have a good night, have a good day, have a good morning, wherever the hell you are. See you later.